Yo, what's crack-a-lacking? What's popping, guys? Welcome back, Patched.
Welcome back.
Yes, and today we're going to be reviewing the SteelSeries Rival 3 Wireless. And yes, I love wireless mice. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
but
I like wireless mouse too.
Yes, wires are so last year, guys.
They are.
I'm just kidding. But yes, so this is the Rival 3 Wireless. We've been using it, and here are our thoughts. If you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. This mouse is going for $50. So
not bad for a wireless mouse.
Exactly.
Not bad at all.
That's great. But here's the catch. It's not rechargeable. This mouse needs 2 AAA batteries, which sucks.
Yeah, that weighs it down a bit.
A lot of bit, guys. So we'll get into weight and all that later. But first, we'll get it started off with the shape. I love it.
It's great.
One of my favorite shapes ever. So it's basically like a smaller FK2.
Yeah, it feels like a mini FK2 a little bit, and I actually like it. I did not like the FK2's shape, and I know that's an unpopular opinion. I did not like the FK2 shape very much. I just didn't prefer it. Didn't fit well in my hand. This guy loves it, so I knew he was gonna like this one.
Yeah, so it's a little bit smaller than the FK2, and the FK2, I mean, it's not like it's big for my hand, but I just like the overall smaller shape of this. You know, it's a little bit shorter width-wise. It's a little bit narrower. As far as the arch goes, I would say it's around the same. It is low profile like the FK2, which I love. Like, I can palm it very comfortably, and I can also fingertip, and when I game I fingertip grip all the time, so the shape is just absolutely perfect. And it's not like the Model Low Minus where it's just like it's a little too small for me, and like the Ultralight 2 is like that was a little bit too small for me as well.
Yeah, it's like this weird like happy medium size.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
it's great.
It's got good divots on both sides. It's an ambidextrous shape, but not true ambidextrous. You've only got the buttons on the left side, so shame on them for that, because I like right side buttons as well. But I'll let it slide for this time. They've got a little bump right on the little buttons here to sort of, I guess, give you a little leeway there. Slightly concave buttons, almost not noticeable, but it's there. The texture on it is nice though.
The texture is great.
Texture. Feels high quality.
It reminds me of Razer's texture a lot.
Yeah.
So as far as like looks, in my opinion, I don't like it. I feel like it makes the mouse look a little bit cheaper. I like the smoother finish that you find on like Logitech mice or like on the Model Low. But it does give you better grip, and fingerprints don't really stick on these all too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very few fingerprints.
Yes, and like oil marks and dirt. You got them sweaty, oily hands, you know?
Right here. Yeah, that's me.
All right, moving on to the buttons. So for the mouse 1 and 2 clicks, they're using SteelSeries mechanical switches rated for 60 million clicks, and I absolutely love the mouse 1 and 2 clicks.
They feel so good. They're
like
the Endgame RGB. They're like these like kind of stiff almost. Like It feels really nice. Like a hardy click, you know?
Very hard, very tactile click. These are the clicks that I absolutely love. It doesn't feel mushy at all. There is not a lot of pre-travel, so I did find myself accidentally clicking sometimes when I just go like this. But other than that, the clicks are absolutely, I love them.
They feel phenomenal. We don't geek out about the switches a whole lot, but this one's worth geeking out over. And they're very good.
So this mouse, the Endgame XM1 RGB, and the Haughty, and also the Ultralight 2 are my favorite clicks on any mouse ever. So yeah, this is up there. If you like a nice hard tactile click, this has one of the best. It's the same thing with the side buttons. I don't know why, but it's so tactile and nice.
Really tactile and nice. They did a good job. Dude, this snuck up on me.
Yeah.
Because like we reviewed one of their new mice a while ago, and we didn't like it at all. And I've had bad experiences in the past, very far in the past, albeit, with SteelSeries mice, but they did a great job here, to be honest. Like all in all, it's very good.
The side buttons don't protrude out as much as I'd like though. It's like pretty flush with the chassis, but
kind of flush, but they're like on a corner and protruding just enough to be able to click them if you need to.
Yeah, and then the scroll wheel's not bad either. You know, it has some nice tactile steps. It's easy to click, and of course, here on top we got a DPI button if you guys want to change the DPI on the fly.
So as far as the weight goes, it weighs 106 grams with 2 batteries in it. Ooh. And 96 grams if you hate yourself and use 1 battery and get an unbalanced mouse. If you have both batteries in, it's pretty well balanced on either side. 1 battery, I don't know that I'd recommend that, to be honest.
Exactly. All right, so let's weigh the mouse without the batteries. So it's 84 grams with without the batteries, which is nice. It actually feels
That's
pretty
like a
good.
G Pro wireless.
Yeah, and then let's weigh the 2 batteries actually. See how much it is. 23 grams for these batteries, guys. That's heavy as shit.
That's heavy, but battery life, they're advertising 400 plus hours of battery life.
Of course. That is insane, but I mean, to be honest, can't you just put a rechargeable battery in there so we can just, like, you know?
Yeah, like I wouldn't be
charge
offended
it?
with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of nice having like no port on there, not having to worry about recharging it until you need batteries, I guess. But like that's
What if
pretty
the
far
battery
off.
runs out? You don't have any AAA batteries. You
I
can't
always-
just plug it in and play with it. You
I
know?
always got AAA batteries
Okay,
somewhere, you know?
shut up. I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying? But still, I mean, and also like this just adds so much weight to it, you know? I mean, like 100 or so grams, I can deal with it, you know? But like I wish my sweet spot is like around 80 grams, 80 to 90, which is literally this mouse without the battery. So
Yeah.
I feel like they should have made it like a little bit lighter, but you know.
Yeah, I think 90 grams is usually like my stopping point for mice. This one, I mean, I made an exception for it. I got used to it because I like the shape so much.
Yeah.
And really after a while, I got used to it. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah, you definitely get used to it. And basically where the batteries go, if you pull down on the bottom of the mouse, this part comes off and then you just insert the batteries here. Like
And
that.
some of you may be worried about that part actually moving around when you're gaming. We didn't experience any issues with that whatsoever. That
There's no
back piece
creaking.
does not move around.
Exactly. There's no like creaking, there's nothing like rattling in there.
Yeah, the
so-
batteries are well put in place too,
Yes.
so they don't rattle around.
All right, as far as the mouse skates go, we got stock mouse feet and they're aight.
All right. They were a little scratchy at first. Once you work them in, they're fine. It is heavy, so I mean, pushing it across a mouse pad doesn't really show much for this guy. But they feel smooth. I mean, on most surfaces, they feel smooth. They're rounded towards the edges. Can't really complain much, to be honest. I mean, I'd like PTFE, sure, but they're aight.
Yeah, they're not super fast, but it's okay, you know? And also, they're not like that thick either. I don't think it's gonna last you the longest time, but you know. You can put in other mouse feet if you want.
As far as the sensor in there goes, they are using the SteelSeries TrueMove Air sensor. I don't know exactly what that is, but it was very responsive.
Yeah.
I mean, like it felt good in game. I didn't feel any latency or anything like that. It feels, as I would say, on par with my G Pro wireless. So feels about the same there. Of course, using the 2.4 gigahertz channel, which requires the little dongle into your computer using USB. They also do have a Bluetooth setting on there as well, which is nice, and you can switch it all on the bottom there, which is cool. So if you want to hook it up, like I did to both of my computers, I got my gaming computer hooked up to the 2.4 gigahertz and the Bluetooth to my streaming PC. Once you go to Bluetooth, though, you're limited to 125 hertz. So it's a little wonky, but for like my streaming PC, I don't really care, to be honest. Doesn't really matter. But it's convenient to have that option on there.
Yes. As far as the build quality goes, it's incredible. There's no button wobble. There's no problem with the chassis like caving in or something. And it just feels like a very, very well-built, tanky mouse. You
Boys,
know?
this is some Logitech chassis quality
Yes.
right here.
Yes, it's awesome. And then moving on to the RGB, there is no RGB on this mouse besides on the scroll wheel, which is
Adds extra speed.
yeah. I mean, it's not even that bright, to be honest. I mean, obviously you don't really want RGB on a wireless mouse because it just wastes battery, especially for something that you can't recharge.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess it's not a huge deal, but still, I mean, if you like RGB on your mouse, then that's kind of like a downgrade, right? All right, so wrapping things up, I love this mouse. Even though I feel like they could do some things to upgrade this, you know, like, you know, better mouse feet. A rechargeable battery would be nice as well. The weight, maybe a little bit lighter, just like 5-10 grams would be okay with me. That'd be perfect, actually.
Yeah.
So like the weight wasn't a huge issue for me personally, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people, like, you know, there's a lot of people that think weight is very, very important.
Yeah,
You know, they want it
for
super
sure.
light. So obviously, if you're that type of person, then stay away from this mouse. But I mean, like Lucas said, you get what, 400 hours plus?
400 plus hours, that's
Yes.
pretty good.
So that's pretty damn good. Yeah.
I like it, man. It feels really nice, and for $50, that's a steal for a wireless mouse. That's a really good deal, and especially for one of this caliber, the clicks feel good, the sensor feels great. It's fully wireless. There's very little latency on there, if any at all. It's a great mouse. I would highly recommend it for $50.
100%.
I mean, they say it's recommended for fingertip or claw grip. I had no issues palming this mouse as well when I was just using it. So, I mean, I highly recommend it. This one's a definite cop.
Just make sure to get a pack of AAA batteries. That's it, you know. But anyways, we 100% approve, and we would approve it for basically everyone. You know, if you have a large size hand, if you have a small size hand, medium size, fingertip, palm grip, all that. I guess the only person I kind of wouldn't recommend it for is like if you have a large size hand and you palm grip.
Yeah, I mean,
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. You know.
Yeah, and just as a disclaimer, we didn't get paid anything to make this video. SteelSeries didn't send this to us. I bought this with my own money because I thought it was kind of cool.
Yes.
So that's our honest review, and we will see you guys in the next one.